Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are all doing well out there today. In this video, we're going to be jumping from DC to Marvel back to DC because we're talking about Black Adam casting updates. We are talking about a potential surprising rumor for Spider-Man 3. And then we're going to jump back to DC for Patty Jenkins and what she had to say about Wonder Woman 1984, what she thought of the theatrical version of Justice League, and what other DC directors might be saying as well. So that's really interesting. So before I get started today, guys, I wanted to say hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please like the video because it does help the channel. I really wish I could have been live streaming with you guys for this video because I've been doing that for the past couple weeks. It's been really fun interacting with you guys. And if you want to be updated on our live streaming, make sure to follow us on Twitter because I always post out the link before I go live. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So I went onto Twitter earlier after work and saw that The Rock himself, Black Adam, posted the update to the cast of Black Adam, and here's what he had to say. He says, "Ready to rumble. A pleasure to officially welcome Quintessa Swindell to our Black Adam cast. They'll be taking on the role of Cyclone. Can't wait to work with them, and we ready to rumble in the DC jungle. Hashtag brilliant, hashtag Cyclone, hashtag Black Adam. Production starts in 2021. Now, it's always exciting to get a new casting update for this movie. There are still more to be cast, and I'll talk about more on that in a second. But I'm really curious to know if you guys follow this actor, if you are familiar with Quintessa Swindell, because I am not personally familiar. I think she made an appearance on an HBO show, Euphoria, as well as Trinkets. I'm not sure what Trinkets is, so I'm really curious to see what her acting chops are. But I am glad that they're continuing their pattern of a diverse cast in this movie, and I'm really curious to see what this character's role is going to be. I can't imagine it's going to be a huge one. Now, Cyclone is the granddaughter of Red Tornado, and I think she was introduced in Kingdom Come. I think that was the first introduction, and she was later added onto the Justice Society of America lineup. But as a character, she isn't the most well-known and prominent character, but I imagine she has a huge fan base out there. So I'm really curious to know what you guys think about this casting. I, for one, don't have too much of an opinion of it just because I'm not familiar with this actor, and I don't know what the role or what role Cyclone is going to play in this story. Can't imagine it's going to be a big one, but yeah. So some cool news. Here's Deadline right here, and what Deadline had to say. Quintessa Swindell has joined the cast of New Line Cinema's Black Adam, which is set to go into production in Georgia early next year. She's going to play Cyclone, a.k.a. Maxine Hunkel, in the Dwayne Johnson movie. Cyclone's a junior member of the Justice League movie with the power to manipulate wind and sound. Swindell joins previously announced Aldous Hodge as Hawkman and Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher, who are also members of DC's Justice Society. Sarah Sahi has also been cast. I apologize if I said that name wrong. But yeah, so a growing cast. I was super hyped about the Hawkman casting. I'm really more so hyped just because we're gonna get to see Hawkman live on screen, and Atom Smasher as well. Noah Centineo, who was big in that Netflix drama, the one that all the girls go crazy over. To All the Boys I Loved Before. It was actually a pretty good movie. My girlfriend made me watch it. But yeah, so this lineup is growing, and it's going to grow even more because we have The Rock himself responding to one Grace Randolph, who I always talk about on this channel just because I'm actually becoming more of a fan of Grace Randolph. So here's what The Rock said to Grace. "The good doctor is coming soon, Grace." And she says, "Ooh, fire. So excited, Dwayne." And it's really cool that he's interacting with the prominent YouTubers. So, you know what he means by the good doctor, Dr.Fate. I mean, it's hashtagged right there. But I think that is one of the characters that a lot of people have been waiting for, because Dr. Fate and Hawkman, I think, are two of the most anticipated members to be announced, and we got one of them already. And Dr. Fate, Kent Nelson. I imagine they're going to do the Kent Nelson version, but this character has the potential to be their version of Doctor Strange, obviously, and just add a whole new layer to the DC landscape. And I'm kind of curious about they've already I'm assuming they've casted this person already. I'm glad there hasn't been any leaks on who it might be, and I know we have a lot of Dr. Fate fans who watch this channel, so if you guys have any guesses or any preferences of who you would cast as Dr. Fate, please drop those comments down in the comment section below, because it's going to be really fun to see if any of you guys can guess it right. So all really exciting, and I'm glad that a lot of these actors and directors these days are really interacting with the fans and just interacting on Twitter in general. So let me know what you guys think about that story. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on to this rumor right here. It's actually pretty nuts. It just came out about an hour ago before I'm making this video, but here we go. It says right here, Spider-Man 3, let me click off this ad. Spider-Man 3 to be bringing back William Dafoe's Green Goblin and Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman. Okay, so this is on comicbookmovie.com, but then you have some prominent people and pundits on Twitter also echoing this same thing. I'll read a little bit of this, but you guys can check out comicbookmovie.com if you want to see the whole article. It says, take this one with a grain of salt, but reliable sources are indeed claiming that 2 more classic villains from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy are set to return in Marvel Studios' Spider-Man 3. So the Spider-Man 3 rumors have been coming in thick and fast, but Jamie Foxx's Electro and Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus are not as good as confirmed at this point. Or as good as confirmed at this point. As for the likes of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Kirsten Dunst, and Emma Stone, it appears likely that they will indeed appear in a Marvel Studios threequel. Sorry for the tongue twister right there. Now, though a new rumor shared by Illuminati claims that William Dafoe and Thomas Hayden Churches are also in talks to reprise their respective roles, Green Goblin and Sandman. Okay, I think that's pretty much what it is. It's just that they're rumored to return. So I'll stop it right there. But first of all, William Dafoe, what an actor. He and Spider-Man is just one of the greatest superhero movies out there. Spider-Man 1 and 2 by Sam Raimi. But William Dafoe's Green Goblin was absolutely amazing. And William Dafoe is an actor. He's shown his chops time and time again. Most recently, for me at least, in The Lighthouse, in which he descended into insanity with Robert Pattinson. And it was incredible. Now, that movie's not for everybody, but if you I'm sure everybody can appreciate the acting skill that it took for William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson to display their descent into madness in that movie. So William Dafoe, amazing. They have him for Aquaman as well. We have him in the DC and the Marvel side of things, but of course his role as Vulko is not as powerful as his role as Green Goblin. So super excited. As far as Sandman's return, I'm okay with that. If this movie, Spider-Man 3, will improve upon Spider-Man 3, the previous Spider-Man 3, I'm all for it. The actor wasn't bad. It's just the story, or the storytelling itself in that movie wasn't the greatest. I can appreciate some portions of it, but as a whole, the movie is not something I'll go flock to watch once more. So I'm excited for this. Let me know what you guys think. It seems like they've literally brought every Spider-Man character back in. Question for you guys, a question for you guys, not about what you think about this, because I think we can all agree this is awesome, but is there a character that has not been announced yet that you would like to return for this movie from a previous Spider-Man movie? I'm curious to know what you guys think. Drop those suggestions down below. Now for the last topic of this video, guys, we're going to go back to DC, and we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman here. So Patty Jenkins, of course, we have Wonder Woman 1984 coming out very soon. And here's what she says on this is on Sci-Fi Wire, but she did a podcast with Real Blend Podcast. Okay, so check it out. We'll read some of it and we'll read the quotes of what she had to say. Here's the headline. Patty Jenkins wasn't a fan of Whedon's Justice League. That version contradicted Wonder Woman. Okay, no surprise there. So here's what she said. I'm just going to read the quotes. I think that all of us DC directors tossed that out as much as the fans did, said Jenkins, who also directed the record-breaking Wonder Woman, but also felt that version contradicted my first movie in many ways, and this current movie, which I was already in production, so then what are you going to do? I was like, you would have to play ball in both directions in order for that to work. She goes on to say, I knew when Zack was doing Justice League where she sort of ends up, explains Jenkins in the podcast. So I didn't change her suit because I never wanted to contradict his films, But yet I have to have my own films, and he's been very supportive of that. So I think that Justice League was kind of an outlier, the theatrical version. She went on to add, they were trying to turn one thing into kind of another, and so then it becomes, I don't recognize half of these characters. I'm not sure what's going on. And then she later also says that there's going to be a post-credit scene in Wonder Woman 1984. So I'm hyped for that. Now, some things to talk about in these quotes is the fact that I think she's speaking for other DC directors. I'm not sure if she actually had conversations with them, but she's saying that we pretty much tossed that out the window, just like the fans did. And I'm really happy to say that because while when the movie did come out, I was really wanting to like it, and I did give it a positive review. I think, I can't remember. I was kind of, when I got out the theater, I was like, that was good. It wasn't what I expected, but it was good, kind of trying to defend it. But the more and more I watched it and thought about it, the more and more I started to hate the movie, and I won't turn the movie on anymore. So that's kind of my sentiment there. So it's cool that she, is kind of speaking for other DC directors in throwing out that. And, especially with her communication with Zack Snyder, I'm wondering if, and Zack Snyder and her actually have an event coming up for the virtual release the virtual red carpet of Wonder Woman 1984. Supposed to announce something special next week, or there'll be a surprise announcement or first look, something like that. Stay tuned for what that is going to be. I'm going to try to live stream that if I can. It's just cool to see Patty Jenkins calling out and kind of essentially, officially, at least in the DC fandom, throwing out that version. If that was already done with the fans, but with a director going out and saying that publicly, pretty awesome. So now as far as turning one thing into kind of another, I think Joe Manganiello, Darren did a video on it the other day. Joe Manganiello even spoke about it. They did that with his Deathstroke character. They reworked what Snyder shot into something else, and Patty Jenkins knew that wasn't the case, or what they did with Wonder Woman wasn't supposed to happen. So I'm wondering if her version in 1984 is going to contradict Justice League itself too. I haven't seen it. I think people who've seen it already might have spoken about that. I have been trying to stay out of watching all the reviews for them. So yeah, that's the news today, guys. Let me know what you think of it. And then also to comment on the post-credit scene, I'm really wondering if it's just going to be a tease to the fans or something that sets up Wonder Woman 3 or even Justice League 2. Whoa, that would be crazy. Let me know if you guys have any guesses on what that's going to be. But anyways, so there's the news update and roundup for you guys. I know there's a lot of other things to talk about. If I did miss something and you want me to talk about it, definitely drop it down in the comments and I'll make sure to try and cover it, even if in passing, in my next live stream or in my next video. Darren's going to be posting next, but then I'm coming on Friday, hopefully with a live stream for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. And one more thing, I just got to plug my other channel. If you guys do want to follow me on my other vlog channel, this kind of started up a few months ago. Go ahead and check me out right here. Give me a like, subscribe, and that's if you want to follow me in all the other things that I do in my professional life, not on my Heroes Avenue comic book movie life. So with that being said, thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.